How you feel about the situation between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson?
That means that he don't want to fight. You know, from 20%. Come on, man. Stop that. Stop it. You know what type of fighter he is. That's what you do when you don't want to fight.
Now the rumors was coming out today. They saying they trying to get Shakur and Devin maybe. It's so much rumors. Like nobody don't really know what's going on. You don't feel like that's a duck if he go take Devin?
Anybody outside of Devin and Tank, then everybody know he ducking. Then
He king ding-a-ling. Get the boy. Woo! You about to make me go crazy. You not that good, bro. You not. I'm sorry.
We came in, Brian Norman came in at 46. We came in at 46. If Shakur come in at 44 or 45, it's all the same to me, in my opinion. So I won't be blindsided about not being prepared for this opportunity. So from a coaching standpoint, from a business standpoint, we're ready.
The combat sports community has been set ablaze recently. A number of boxers and industry experts have started taking shots at Shakur Stevenson after private messages surfaced online. Messages that seem to point toward him stepping away from a potential face-off with Devin Haney. With the controversy heating up all over again, Stevenson now finds himself in the crosshairs of critics who claim he backed down from one of the toughest tests in the sport today. Meanwhile, fans remain split over what the leaked texts actually reveal about this long-rumored rivalry, and whether there's any real truth to the accusations being thrown around.
To fight. And they did the sanctioned bodies and all that did to make them fight.
If they do fight, who you think gonna win?
I actually don't know. I mean, my mind says Shakur probably win. But then I see the great work that he did with Loma, or that he fight with Loma, and overcome a lot of different obstacles in that fight. It could be hard for Shakur. Sugar Shakur, right? Sugar Shakur Stevenson. That's that call. It'd be hard for him for the long range, the height, the how big he is, stuff like that. And then what makes me think even more is when Shakur say spar with Crawford, and he had lots of problems with Crawford. Even though Crawford wasn't punching him hard or whatever, but you know what he had problems with? He had problems with the long arms and the height of Crawford. So he couldn't counterpunch like he wanted to. Or Crawford probably wouldn't hit him hard, but it's different, you know, he's longer and stuff, it's harder. So that could be a problem for Shakur that will.
A new post from Benji has reignited the ongoing conversation about the long-discussed matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. In that update, Benji shared what he called a breaking report from Sean Zittel, suggesting the fight is facing yet another holdup. According to today's reports, Zuffa Boxing is the one pushing to make Stevenson versus Haney happen. But surprisingly, it's Shakur Stevenson who's reportedly holding things back once again. One fan responded by saying, "Everyone saw this coming. He was always going to avoid a shaku and run straight to Zuffa. All that fake posturing while knowing the fight wasn't real. Now he'll try to duck Haney too, probably with a rehydration clause. Just wait and see." Another fan added, "Dana White isn't about to give a free pass to someone who acts tough but dodges real opponents." The easy ride is over for Shakur and Keshin. After his most recent win, Devin Haney made his intentions clear. He wants to face the biggest names in the division and publicly called out Shakur Stevenson, calling their potential about the next major event in boxing. He even took to social media to directly challenge his longtime rival. While that got a lot of fans excited, critics were quick to note that Stevenson still hasn't fully agreed to make the fight happen, despite years of back and forth between both sides. This has only added fuel to the growing belief that Stevenson is avoiding Haney, especially since Haney keeps pushing for the matchup out in the open. Many boxing fans and analysts argue that Haney has always been willing to take on top-tier opponents, while Stevenson's hesitation to close a deal keeps raising more and more questions.
Confirms what I've been saying. 3-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and reigning WBO welterweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, superstar boxer, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, Devin the Dream Haney, 33 wins, no loss and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He calls out another first ballot Hall of Famer of his era. Ironically enough, Devin Haney is 27, and the person he calls out is 28 years old, who's another first ballot Hall of Famer, Olympic silver medalist, 4-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, who simultaneously up until yesterday held the WBC 135-pound title and the WBO 140-pound junior welterweight title. At the same time, superstar boxer, 4-division champion, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Shakur Stevenson, who is 25 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. So Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, as I said, and Devin Haney confirmed it, as you see there, this is the next super fight in the sport of boxing.
The possibility of finally seeing Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson step into the ring together is looking more realistic than ever. That's because recent reports indicate both athletes have now signed on with Zuffa Boxing. Haney just locked in a major deal with the promotion, and according to sources, Stevenson has taken a very similar route. As a result, two of boxing's biggest names are now operating under the same roof. For a long time, issues related to promotions and business logistics have been seen as huge hurdles standing in the way of this matchup. But those roadblocks might soon be a thing of the past. Now that both fighters share the same organization, talks could become far more straightforward. That would let everyone shift their attention to hammering out the details and picking a date. Those close to the industry believe Zuffa Boxing has every reason to want this fight to happen, mainly because it would easily become one of the most highly anticipated events in the sport.
News, Shakur Stevenson signs with Zuffa Boxing, apparently, according to Eddie Hearn. Let's watch.
Shakur Stevenson, does that kind of open the door for you to work with Shakur? Obviously,
no, Shakur signed with Zuffa, so that'll be him moving forward. But I just don't know who they're going to put him in with. Because you see, Zuffa are paying, like, as a business, they're paying these guys 5 times more than anybody else would pay them. To fight who? Like, who are you going to put Shakur? You can put Shakur in with O'Shaquie Foster and give him $15 million? I mean, good luck to Shakur. I love him. I'd say to him, great, mate. But yeah, it's a weird model, and it's a model that's not going to last.
Promoter Eddie Hearn recently pointed out that Zuffa Boxing has been putting together some massive financial offers to bring in top-level talent, Shakur Stevenson being one of them. According to Hearn, the company is prepared to hand out what many would call absurd amounts of money just to get well-known names under their roof and quickly build up a reputation inside the boxing world. Even though that approach has turned a lot of heads, Hearn did express some doubt about whether that kind of spending can last over time. His take is that those big money deals might be less about long-term planning and more about making a splash right now, convincing elite fighters to sign on the dotted line. Hearn also mentioned that quite a few boxers have already been drawn in by the financial opportunities on the table. But he's still interested to see if Zuffa Boxing can keep offering similar contracts as their roster continues to expand. Either way, this aggressive strategy has already caused major waves in the sport and has made it more likely that some huge matchups will finally come together.
Eddie damn well knows exactly what Zuffa's trying to do. It will be very interesting to see how long they keep this kind of model up. But if this is correct, and I don't have any reason to doubt Eddie, but if this is correct and Zuffa have signed Shakur Stevenson for his next fight, maybe it's a one-fight deal, maybe it isn't. I have no idea. They did that with Conor Benn. Supposedly it was a one-fight deal. Who knows? The game plan is simple here. Outspend everyone, grab up all the talent, and then undercut the rest of boxing. If you have all the talent, even if you have to spend more at the beginning, which they are going to, and they are clearly, and then you take that talent from everybody else whose contracts are coming up, then the rest of the sport does have to somewhat capitulate that you have the best roster and or the best league, which the UFC's Zuffa Boxing alternative is kind of working toward, right? The UFC model. Fighters are going to want to be there. The best in the world are going to want to be there. It's a long-term play, and I think Eddie knows this, that it's not meant to be sustainable to sign, one fight, $15 million deals for the next 10 years. They're going to do this until they grab up all or the majority of the talent. And it may work. And it probably...
Over on Bill Haney's side, he's made his position crystal clear. In his view, Shakur Stevenson would be walking into the hardest test he's ever faced if he steps up against Devin Haney. Bill pointed out that Stevenson has never been in the ring with someone who brings together elite-level quickness, top-tier defensive skills, a champion's track record, and a deep well of big fight experience all at once. He made it clear there would be no easy rounds or simple way out if that matchup ever comes together, predicting that every part of Stevenson's skill set would be put under a microscope on boxing's biggest stage. Bill has repeatedly talked up this potential clash as one of the biggest available fights in the sport. At the same time, he's confident that Devin has the ability and self-belief to handle whatever comes his way. He also warned that even the tiniest flaw could get exposed once fight night arrives and millions around the globe are tuned in. According to Bill, the combination of pressure, media spotlight, and elite-level opposition would turn the event into a true proving ground. Both men would be forced to show once and for all where they truly belong among the best in boxing.
You know, I want your thoughts on Shakur saying he not fighting Dev unless he got a rehydration clause.
Shakur, man, honestly, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I can pop it on channels and shit like that and do that, you know what I mean? And we can have fun with it. But, you know, over here on the Boxing Voice, right, I want to ask, in or around the division, every bad month around Devin has gotten an offer to fight, or they've been in the ring, or, I mean, who else has that happened with? All the fights that the people want to see Devin fight, the person that got either a contract or Devin and got in the ring with him. Can we say that about anybody else?
Bill Haney has come out strongly against the growing claims that Shakur Stevenson is trying to duck Devin Haney. In his opinion, both fighters are really just working through the business side of the sport, not running from tough opponents. He explained that Stevenson hasn't fully triggered his WBO obligations in certain cases when moving between weight classes. And in the same way, Devin Haney hasn't pushed the WBO to force mandatory matchups with guys like Boots Ennis or Xander Zayas. From Bill's perspective, people are twisting these situations into stories about fear or avoidance. But he sees them as calculated decisions based on timing, promotional factors, and long-term career moves. He also pointed out that both camps are following the same set of rules and making similar business calls, even if critics choose to frame them very differently depending on which fighter they're talking about.
Or the ring, it didn't matter. He wanted Devin Haney.
Okay, Bernie. Now, Bernie, what organization is Shakur the champion for right now?
He the WBO, because that's what Tio had.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So what belt does Devin Haney have?
The WBO.
So if he wanted to mandate something, he could mandate something right now, Bernie.
If he want to do it,
yeah. Okay, Bernie, don't blow a blood vessel.
Yeah,
but he can still, listen, if he just wanted one belt, he can come get the one belt right now.
That's something to him.
Even though Shakur Stevenson is viewed by many as one of the most naturally talented defensive boxers in the sport today, there are still parts of his game that could use some work. Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. recently weighed in on that very topic. The boxing legend had plenty of good things to say about Stevenson's hand speed, quick reactions, and in-ring awareness. But he also zeroed in on one particular flaw connected to how Stevenson uses his feet. Jones feels that after making an opponent miss, Stevenson tends to back up way too far. That ends up taking him completely outside of striking distance. So instead of staying close enough to land solid counters, he loses the chance to punch back effectively. In Jones's view, this habit was noticeable when Stevenson faced dangerous power punchers. His defensive movement, while effective at avoiding shots, ended up limiting his own offensive chances right afterward. Rather than holding his ground to take advantage of the other fighter's mistakes, Stevenson sometimes gives away precious space and lets the action reset for no good reason.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but you gotta learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this because this is gonna mean a lot for him. His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he jumped too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You know what I'm saying? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that this is somebody that teach him. And I would teach him if they brought him to me to teach him. But he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
But when you say something bad, they take it as criticism.
Right.
No, son, you got to understand how to not jump. Okay, people know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right?
Yeah.
If you move that thing back too far, you can't reach the job.
Right.
It's got to work, but it got to stay on the job while it work. You can't take it out of if you working with this, because this part keeps it on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job. It can't work no more. Right. So if you move back every time off the job, it ain't gonna ever get no work done. So now it's gonna become bored.
In Roy Jones Jr.'s opinion, if Shakur Stevenson simply learns to keep himself a bit closer after evading an opponent's punches, he'd open up way more chances to land sharp counters in return. The Hall of Famer acknowledged that Stevenson's defensive instincts are top-notch. However, he sometimes backs up so far outside of striking distance that he can't take immediate advantage of the other fighter's errors. Instead of being ready to strike back, the moment usually resets, which gives his rival a chance to regroup. Jones argues that a minor tweak to how Stevenson controls space and distance could make him even more lethal, turning strong defense into consistent offense. If he can stay within countering range, Stevenson would be able to land cleaner shots, throw more punches, and make his fights more exciting to watch. And he could do all of that without sacrificing the defensive skills that have already earned him a reputation as one of boxing's most technically sound fighters.
It started on the hold, then it moved to another. It started on the hold, then it moved to another. When we gonna get a pond dug? We're not, because it's taking off the job too much. You gotta leave it on the job for it to get a pond dug. And that's his only thing. He a great fighter. He got great eyesight. He has great reaction time. He gonna be a great fighter. He just gotta figure out how to use them feet a little different.
Is he the best defensive fighter out of all four of them?
Right now, defensive, yes, because his defense is with his feet. That's what people don't understand. Defense isn't with your hands, it's with your feet. And he has the best foot defense of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if he uses it for defense, when it's strictly defense, yes. But when you want to make it offensive, you can't do the same. You gotta cut it in half. And that's the only thing he had a problem. Once he learns that, or figures that out, he gonna be a killer.
Would the skill he has now make him the best out of them four?
Right now, no. Because some people gonna say, boy, and the reason the rest of them don't want to fight him is because they know he know that back foot game so well that he's not gonna engage until he wants to engage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing too. But for the fans and to be
not right now,
the ratings, you gotta be able to engage when they need you to engage.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, then you're gonna become.
That said, Shakur Stevenson still carries a lot of confidence that he has what it takes to outclass Devin Haney whenever that long-talked-about showdown finally happens. Stevenson has repeatedly made it known that he believes his understanding of the sport, defensive instincts, and ability to set the rhythm of a bout are all superior. In previous interviews, he's argued that Haney would have a hard time dealing with his movement, sense of timing, and counterpunching, insisting that his particular approach is built to cancel out Haney's biggest weapons. According to Stevenson, the path to winning would come down to managing space and keeping Haney from getting off his signature jab. By using sharp footwork, fast reactions, and well-placed counters, he feels he can put Haney in awkward spots and come out on top in the tactical battles round after round. Stevenson has often referred to himself as one of the most well-rounded boxers in the game today. He's also suggested that quite a few opponents try to steer clear of him simply because of the problems his skill set presents.
Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a
Stevenson has also been upfront about one specific condition if he ever chooses to go up to welterweight and campaign at 147 pounds. In his view, a rehydration clause would need to be part of any major fight agreement. The unbeaten champion feels that large jumps in weight between the official weigh-in and the actual fight can hand someone a serious edge, especially when dealing with naturally bigger opponents. In today's boxing landscape, certain fighters are known to pack on a lot of pounds overnight. By the time they step into the ring, they're noticeably heavier and more powerful than what the weight class limit would suggest. Stevenson has argued that those kinds of situations can impact both punching power and how well someone holds up during a fight. That's why he considers weight management a crucial factor when the stakes are high. By pushing for a rehydration clause, he's trying to keep things as fair as possible. His goal is to stop rivals from gaining an unfair size advantage after they've already made weight.
I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10 pound rehydration. Like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10 pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys gonna get it up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140 on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, I'm not, what am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Come on, bro.
How did you feel at 140 though? Like compared to 35, did you feel any difference? Or was it like in your body, like does it feel any different at all? Or was it the same?
Both of them I'm gonna be straight because the weight is easy to make.
Joe Rogan has made it known that he has serious faith in Shakur Stevenson's chances against top-tier opposition. Even if Stevenson jumps up to 147 pounds without any rehydration clause in the agreement. That particular take, shared in a tweet-like manner, comes from Rogan's belief that Stevenson's exceptional technical abilities would still allow him to get past physically larger opponents. According to Rogan, Shakur's quickness, defensive brilliance, and fight intelligence exist at a completely different level. Those traits would let him offset any size disadvantages using skill and perfect timing rather than raw power.
But and there's some sort of a rehydration clause. Listen, kids, it ain't gonna matter. He's not going to come in drained. What he's going to do is just do extra cardio, and that's just going to make him more dangerous. He's going to be
Terrence Crawford has stood as one of Shakur Stevenson's loudest believers for quite some time. He's consistently praised Stevenson's outstanding technical skills and hinted that a lot of opponents hesitate before agreeing to share the ring with him. Crawford has frequently pointed out how rare it is to find Stevenson's blend of hand speed, defensive ability, and in-ring intelligence all in one fighter. He described Shakur as someone who can adjust to any rival and change his approach on the fly. Those comments line up with a larger opinion held throughout boxing circles, that Stevenson's style brings a lot of risk for very little reward, which makes him a tricky night's work for even the best contenders. Critics may argue that this very dynamic keeps bigger fights from happening. But for supporters like Crawford, it simply serves as more evidence that Stevenson operates at an elite level.
The reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that, just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff, but they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing. You know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, You know, he can get hurt. But I see Shakur outboxing to a decision, a unanimous decision.
What was his dad saying to you earlier? You had a little bit of a back and forth with his dad. Was that all jokes or what did he say?
Nah, his dad is goofy, you know, and so, you know, chill out.
Terrence, what's retirement been like for you? Have you enjoyed yourself so far in retirement?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely enjoying myself.
That said, Bill Haney has been very upfront that he would never agree to any kind of rehydration restrictions when it comes to Devin Haney's biggest fights. That stance could end up being a major point of contention during negotiations, especially if Shakur Stevenson pushes to have a rehydration clause written into a potential deal. Bill believes that putting limits on how much weight a fighter can regain after the official weigh-in is completely unnecessary. In his view, such clauses could put his son at an unfair disadvantage, particularly when facing opponents who are naturally larger. He argues that top-level boxers ought to compete under standard rules, without extra contractual conditions that might impact how they perform once fight night arrives. This clear difference in philosophy presents a real obstacle when the two sides sit down to talk. And it's worth remembering that Stevenson has already voiced concerns about post-weigh-in size advantages in the past.
You guys are seeking, or are you leaving it alone since he's saying that it would require Devin to get a rehydration clause? Is that something you're willing to get on a phone and discuss how many pounds exactly?
Well, when you're speaking about Debo, you might hear a whole lot of that's inconsistent with things that you say about normal fighters. When you talk about a generational talent like Dev, you would expect those that are elite to look to have, to be on a level playing field. What you weigh is what you weigh, and how you get down the next day is, it's what it's all about, you know? And that's what that is.
Boxing Massacre has thrown even more fuel onto the fire with a sharply worded social media post. The message suggested that Shakur Stevenson is running out of viable paths forward. In their own words, O'Shaquie Foster makes it clear, Shakur Stevenson has nowhere left to hide. If he's not taking on Devin Haney, then that fight has to happen or everybody will see that he's avoiding it. The post also noted that Raymond Maratala appears to be heading toward a matchup with Robson Conceição, which would take another possible opponent off the table for Stevenson. The same source pointed out that other names being discussed, like Maratala, are already moving in different directions, with fights against guys like Conceição reportedly in the works. Even though this particular tweet is framed as personal opinion and speculation, it still reflects how fans and analysts are starting to narrow down what they believe are Stevenson's remaining realistic choices, especially as rumors and back-and-forth talks continue to circulate throughout the boxing world.
That more retire fight too, though.
Mortalia got a fight already, so he got a fight with Robertson Conceição.
Is that confirmed? I hear people saying that, but I don't know if that's confirmed, though.
I mean, yeah, it's look confirmed to me.
Since both men lean more on exceptional technical skills than on raw one-punch stopping power, a lot of boxing insiders believe that a matchup between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson would turn into one of the most strategically driven fights the sport has to offer. Each fighter has built a reputation around sharp defense, high-level fight IQ, precise footwork, and the ability to manage space. That combination sets the stage for what many fans and experts would call a fascinating chess match inside the ropes. Haney's disciplined jab and talent for controlling how fast the action unfolds would be put to the test against Stevenson's slippery movement, counterpunching, and defensive awareness. Quite a few trainers and former world champions have suggested that every single round would likely be decided by small tweaks and smart choices, not by dramatic knockdowns or highlight reel finishes. And that very layer of technical complexity is exactly why this potential showdown has drawn so much attention in the first place.
And anytime you want it, we can get it done. But a little bit of this, a little bit of yakking back and forth, right? I mean, how awesome would that be? These two names,
we've been talking
stunning
about
this fight for a while.
Tantalizing.
It's
But now,
tantalizing.
I tell you,
it's juicy.
I tell you, this fight now is even
is even more juicy than it was the first time around when they were talking about it. When they were talking about it the first time around, Haney was red hot as undisputed lightweight champion, and Shakur was the boogeyman who was very good, but was having trouble locking in those big
insider
games.
boogeyman.
Right. I gotta be honest, man. Like this could, if this happens right now, this is the right timing too, because both are at a good moment in their careers.
Very high.
It's actually
And there's a title on the
it's actually simmered better than it had.
During a recent live broadcast, Nagy brought up a conversation he had with Bill Haney. Based on that discussion, he suggested the two sides are having a hard time finding common ground on several weight-related terms. Nagy later posted on social media, "It doesn't look like the Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney fight is coming together anytime soon." He added, after talking to Bill Haney on stream last night, it seems both camps won't be able to reach an agreement on weight. Those remarks shine a light on one of the biggest obstacles in the ongoing negotiations. Weight divisions, rehydration limits, and requests for catch weights have repeatedly caused friction between the two teams. Even though fans have shown strong interest in seeing this matchup happen, these unresolved disagreements continue to hold things back.
It's business. You guys are together. It's all one. We can make it all one thing happen.
If you want that to make it happen, if you want to fight me first, and then after I your son up, he want to go get beat up by Shakur second, he can do that. That's what I'm saying.
Is Shakur? Hey, listen, is Shakur gonna sign that?
Why would he sign it?
Okay, go talk to him and call me right back. Go talk to him.
Hey, we need all y'all on the podcast. Love y'all brothers, man. Love y'all brothers.
So what's your take? If Shakur decides to turn down the offer, would that count as avoiding the fight?